I quit college and I came home to Friday Harbor and I started doing cleanup on a construction site. My boss, he handed me this tile. I had been doing other work. He says, "Hey Debbie, come here." And he hands me this tile and it's got a mark on it. He says, "Take this out to the saw and cut that line for me." I went and I cut this straight line, and then I went into my boss, who was installing the tile in a bathtub, and I said, "That was so easy." And he's like, yeah, it works really good. If I can cut a straight line that easily, I could cut anything out of tile. And he just looks at me and he laughs. He's like, "Well, sure you could, but who's gonna pay you to do it, you know?" You start with a concept, and the concept is usually informed by where it's going and who it's for, right? And then you come up with a design, and then templating. You create the templates, you cut the templates, you mark the templates onto the materials that you're going to use to make whatever element of the design. And then once you've got all your lines on, you just are standing at the saw, cutting. And then it all gets refined, you know. It's like the rough cut, and then you finish cut, and then you finish the piece itself. And then oftentimes before it leaves the studio, it's been combined in ways like a public art project might be pre-installed onto 4x4 panels that get hung together to read as a much larger panel. And one of the things I love the most about it is that I'm super utilitarian. I love art, and I love art out in the public places, and I love beautiful objects. But in my life, I literally don't have space except for a couple spots here and there on the wall to have something that's purely just a beautiful object. So I love it when the thing that I have that is beautiful also serves a function, and tile's like been doing that since the, Mesopotamia, right? Serving to create permanence and structure, but it's like this bridge to creativity and art and expression. And it makes whatever it's on more functional and more beautiful at the same time.